Packed with speed and agility, Embermane can be a tricky behemoth to hit, so today we'll be learning how to take on this beast in this week's Behemoth Breakdown. Before taking on this behemoth, here are a few things you may want to know. Like I mentioned earlier, this behemoth is very mobile, so expect to see Embermane running back and forth throughout this fight. But that's not all. During your hunt with Embermane, you will experience both a Aether Charge and an Enraged state. Both of these states can be active at the same time, giving the behemoth a boost in speed and some fiery attacks. So if you are unfortunate and end up getting burned by these moves, you can roll or dash to help extinguish these flames out. To help counter this, the behemoth does have a weakness to the frost element, but what is even more devastating for Embermane is its very low stagger threshold, which means paired with an interruption and part breaks, this behemoth can be held in place for a long time. If you're going for part breaks, there are breaks located on the head, legs, and tail. Don't forget that the head can be broken twice. Depending on the locations of the breaks, you will experience two different types of flinch animations. Breaking the head and legs will cause the behemoth to slightly lean and shift its backside before roaring, giving plenty of time to deal damage to the behemoth. Severing the tail will force Embermane to drop its hind legs down before turning around and letting out a roar, once again giving a nice opportunity to deal extra damage. This fiery behemoth also likes to celebrate or taunt players every so often, so give it a reason not to celebrate too early. Now that you're ready to begin your hunt with Embermane, here are the attacks you will be up against. Charging or hopping around the player, the behemoth will use its claws to attack, knocking anyone unfortunate enough to get hit. This move is Embermane's bread and butter, so learning everything about this move can really turn the fight in the player's favor. You can avoid this move by dodging in any direction, but dodging through the behemoth is a really great way to avoid it and stick close to Embermane, allowing you to continue your onslaught. If you want to take full advantage of this attack, hitting Embermane on the head before its claws are able to connect will interrupt the behemoth, causing Embermane to crash and burn. This interrupt gives a generous length of time before it's able to get back up, making it a perfect opportunity to focus on part breaks. Commonly used when the player is close to the behemoth, Embermane will slightly twist and quickly spin its body and tail around, hitting the player nearby the behemoth. It doesn't have a large radius, making it fairly easy to stay out of its range, but if you want to be more aggressive, dodging towards the behemoth is also a very good way to avoid this attack. Even though this attack isn't very difficult to avoid, it's easy to overcommit, thanks to Embermane's ability to use this attack multiple times, so be careful. Like Tail Swing, this attack is used when a player is close to Embermane. Rearing up, the behemoth will swing its head, which is capable of hitting players in front and on the side of Embermane. Be aware it can be used multiple times, so I suggest you avoid this by dodging towards the hind legs and get behind the behemoth. It's both safe and a perfect time to attack the legs and tail. Another very useful thing to know is in most of your close range encounters, Embermane will use 3 attacks in a row, which is a mix between Tail Swing and Headbutt. After the 3rd strike, especially with Headbutt, the behemoth will slow down briefly, leaving a longer window for you to attack. Up next, let's go over these Aether State only attacks. Frequently used to start Embermane's Aether State, the behemoth will space itself from the player and dig into the surface, flinging fireballs that will burn on the ground for a short period of time. This attack can inflict the burning debuff, but it's very easy to avoid as long as you keep moving. Lowering its body and shaking its head, Embermane will leap back, tossing fire around the area. It's not a hard move to avoid as long as you don't run into the fire, but it's a move that leaves the behemoth open to attacks for a few seconds, making it a good opportunity to get some hits in before the next attack. Putting distance between itself and the player, the behemoth will release a wave of flames covering a large area in front of Embermane. At long distances, the flames will split up, leaving gaps in the wave, making it easier to avoid, but at closer distances, you will have to dodge and get out of its range as fast as possible. Luckily, this attack has a long wind-up time, so if you get there quickly, you can get a few hits in before its next attack. One last thing to know, if the Behemoth is Aether charged and enraged, Embermane can dramatically increase the amount of flames used for this attack. This speedy Behemoth can be a tough one to hit, so hopefully all the information I have given you will aid you in your next Embermane encounter. Thank you everyone for watching, and I hope to see you in Dauntless.